It's Nolan. The kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody is having an excellent day today. Be sure to go ahead and like and share this video before we get started. It's something that I gotta be more cognizant and, up to speed with at the top of the video. Be sure to get the likes up. Be sure to share the video with somebody who's looking for entertainment and wants to get this entertainment news in a balanced way. Okay? So today's show, we're gonna be getting into Drake discarding Yachty. You know what I'm saying? Looks like Yachty has also unfollowed Drake. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure more updates will come out on this soon. I'm sure there's going to be some level of explanation as to what's going on, especially from Lil Yachty, who's been talking a lot lately. But it seems that they're not lockstep as they have been throughout the past few months. So we're going to get into that. We're going to be getting into Latto topping the rap charts despite the modest sales of her album Sugar Honey Iced Tea. And we're also going to be talking about YG leading a peace walk in Compton. As y'all know, ever since Kendrick Lamar's pop out earlier this year, there's definitely been a lot of conversation going on about peace treaties and different things going on out in Compton, out in LA, Compton specifically, with all of the different sections trying to get along, trying to find peace, trying to find unity to where they will not be so much at odds in the streets and shedding blood or having everlasting beefs that a lot of people probably can't even remember the source of. All right. So we're going to be getting into all of those things in today's show. We're going to start with Drake and Yachty's whole situation, right? Because as we know, it was just a couple weeks ago, Lil Yachty and Drake, Lil Yachty specifically, came out and he leaked the Super Soak record, right? He's the one who sent it to Kai Cenat. Kai Cenat played it on his stream. And from there, the conversation began. Some people felt like the song was a bop. Some people felt like the song was going to be a flop. And we also had Mr. Hotspot come out and let it be known that originally they did not have his cosign to put the record out. As a matter of fact, we had Lil Yachty come out and tell us first that Mr. Hotspot was not in agreement with the record because of his religious faith. He said, yo, I'm a Christian. This is my walk. The subject matter that y'all have on that record, the curse words y'all have on that record, if y'all can make a clean version of it, y'all would have my blessing. But at first, they didn't even get that far, right? As far as Lil Yachty was concerned, he was like, this nigga's crazy. Mr. Hotspot came out and said, hey, I just need y'all to make some modifications to the song. And if y'all can do that, y'all have my blessing. Y'all also need to go and modify the production. Mr. Hotspot also went in the studio, I guess, and re-recorded the record. So anything that he said on the original version, he censored himself, sent it over, and he wanted the same from Yachty and Drake. Now, when it came to this particular record, the word was this was a Lil Yachty song featuring Drake that was going to be featured on Yachty's album, which I don't know if it's dropping this year or if it's dropping next year. The future will unfold how it unfolds with that. We'll see what his plans are, right? Well, as far as the latest update goes with the Super Soak record featuring these two artists, word on the street is that Yachty has been cut off the song. As a matter of fact, not only has he been cut off the song, but it's expected that Drake is going to release the song and drop a music video for it without Yachty. So perhaps he went and cut him out, decided to complete the song himself. So this song went from being a part of Yachty's catalog, something that was going to, propel him. Well, I won't even say propel him, but it was something that was going to be used for his good. You know what I'm saying? For his commercial interest. Now we're hearing reports the nigga song who it was ain't gonna be a part of it no more. I'm guessing because there was a pretty decent feedback from the public, the Kai Cenats of the world, the streamers of the world. Everybody was trying to act like this song was hard. They were trying to make it seem like it was much better than it was. To me, it sounded like old 21, 22 pack. I still stand on that. It don't feel like a new record. But out of the music that we've heard from Drake thus far, it's one of the most well-received ones, other than It's Up featuring Young Thug and 21 Savage. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of that record and the 100 Gigs project, a lot of people were online waiting to see where that project was going to end up now that it's on streaming platforms. A lot of folks were wondering, is this series of songs going to chart? Is it going to chart high? Because Drake is one of the biggest artists of the century. You know what I mean? You got to be honest. A lot of people expected him, once it went on streaming, that these records would hit the top 20. Unfortunately, that is not the case. Okay? So give me a second while I pull up where exactly those 3 new records from the 100 Gigs pack ended up on the charts. All right. So according to Billboard charts, they say all 3 songs from Drake's 100 Gigs EP debuted on this week's Hot 100. The top song from the collection is It's Up with Young Thug and 21 Savage. It debuts at number 28 on the charts. Okay. Coming in at number 63, you got Blue, Green, Red, which I called Pon de Replay. Wasn't very fond of that song, but I did like It's Up with Young Thug and Savage. I thought that was the best out of everything Drake has dropped this year. Right? And then at number 85 is the collaboration with Latto, Housekeeping Knows. All 3 songs are on the Hot 100, but according to Drake's standard, they are underperforming. Right? We got to be honest about that. Now, I did see some of the Drake Avengers out there saying, hey, he's charting on the top 100 with no promotion. He put the songs out for free, no promotion. I'm sorry. The 100 Gigs website was the promotion. How many people you know downloading music in today's landscape? Like literally going on a website to download something that, you know what I'm saying? People ain't really doing that. We already see people ain't really downloading off of album sales. But to go on a random website called 100 Gigs and download that shit, I think most people were going on there. They went to listen to it and they were wondering, is he going to drop it on streaming platforms so they could go play it? That was all the promotion he needed. That let you know something was coming. Within a few days, it was on streaming. So it's not like there was just some long drawn out pause in between. I would love to know what the metrics are on that 100 Gig site. I would love to know how many visitors he had on that website as one of the biggest artists in the world. I would suspect that millions of people, at least 1 million people, hit that website. I don't know if they'll ever release that data. I'm sure he has it. I'm sure Universal has it, which is why they forced him to put these records out on streaming, because it's like, we're not finna have 1 million people visiting this website and we're not cashing in on this. Put that shit out so that we can try to scrounge whatever we can out of this shit. Right? So now, with that being the conversation, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be continuing to watch the Billboard charts over the next few weeks to see where these songs end up. Is It's Up with Young Thug and 21 Savage? Will it rise up the charts? Are people going to continue to play it? Is it going to continue to gain traction? At number 63, Blue, Green, Red, I don't see that song having exponential growth over the course of any time. I think that's going to go backwards, regress. Number 85, Housekeeping Knows featuring Latto. Latto is kind of hot right now with her album being out at the same time. I could see that song possibly going up the charts a little bit. I don't see it going to the top 50, but it could. But I think that has probably the second most potential. Okay. And then Latto herself is at, 93 with Big Mama with its debut on the charts this week. So Big Mama's been out for a little minute. And now that the album is out, it actually hit the charts. So it took a few weeks for Big Mama, almost a couple months, really, because Big Mama came out before the album. So it took like a month and some change for Big Mama to really get the love from the people. I still don't really care for the first half of that record, but I'm glad that it's doing numbers for her, you know, especially with so many people having mixed feelings about the album. I'm glad that she's at least, you know, seeing some fruits of her labor. Right? And of course, the reason why everybody is watching the charts so closely and Drake's move so closely and what he's going to do next and when he collaborates with Atlanta artists, which he's collaborated with nothing but Atlanta artists thus far, you know what I'm saying? 21 Savage, Young Thug, Latto on 2 records. Well, 1 record, but people are saying that he's all over her album. That's what they claiming. Excuse me, just 1. Let me correct myself, you know. But the reason why everybody is, micromanaging everything that Drake does is because of the Kendrick Lamar battle. Euphoria is still at number 94 on the charts. It's 16th week, and we're talking about Euphoria, not Like Us, right? Euphoria will remain on the charts this week at number 94. Right? So it's finally it may leave the charts next week, or if the fans continue to listen to it, it might get another surge. That's crazy to me. Right? Because outside of Like That and Push-Ups, Euphoria is actually the third oldest song from the battle. And it's still on the chart 16 weeks later. Not to mention Not Like Us is still at number 3. It's been at number 3 for a few weeks now. It ain't really moved. It ain't being phased. Just shout out to Kendrick. Shout out to Shabuzi too, because he been holding it down very well on the motherfucking charts. Okay? But coming back to Latto, with her entries from Housekeeping Knows and Big Mama, she's now got her 10th Hot 100 entry of her career, which is a good start for Latto. I think she's still got some room to improve, room to grow, room to expand. A lot of people seem to not be convinced by different elements of her style. Hopefully she doesn't necessarily change, but hopefully she can take whatever criticism she's receiving from the people and use it to her advantage. Okay, now let's get into, let me see if there's anything else Drake related before I get into Latto. Yeah, I made reference to Lil Yachty unfollowing Drake on Instagram. So that's also another thing that people are watching closely, right? Seeing if maybe he's going to pop back up. Has their friendship ended? Did the podcast that Lil Yachty was doing a couple weeks ago, is that the straw that broke the camel's back? Does he no longer want Yachty speaking on behalf of him? Did they have a falling out because of the record? Did he actually, how did that conversation go when Drake decided to cut him off that song, which was meant for his album? How you cut me off my own shit, then pop out and say I'm finna put it out with a music video? They had already been talking about a music video for the record, but it was supposed to be Yachty's music video. Or is this a publicity stunt? Is this a trick? Are they running an old Blue 42 on the people, right? Yeah, I'm going to unfollow you. I'm going to make it seem like we got beef. We're going to put out this narrative that the song is coming out without you on it. Let's get the people talking. Let's keep the buzz going around this song because, let's be honest, it ain't that great of a song. I don't think it's really going to do the intended purpose of trying to keep bombarding the people. So, yeah, let's make it seem like we're at odds. Could that possibly be the tune that they're singing behind the scenes? I don't know. I guess the truth will be revealed shortly when the song comes out and the video. Now, getting back to Latto, right? Once again, according to the Billboard Charts Twitter page, they say Latto's Sugar Honey Iced Tea debuts at number 1 on this week's top rap albums chart. She's the third woman to top the chart in 2024 after Nicki Minaj with Pink Friday 2 in January, Megan Thee Stallion with Megan last month. Now we have Latto with Sugar Honey Iced Tea. And this is, of course, there is no female rap chart on Billboard. They're talking about the rap charts, period, right? So out of all the rap albums that dropped last week, you had Polo G. Who all dropped last week? Let me take a gander at that. All right, so let me share my screen with y'all real quick, and then we're going to look at this chart, and then we're going to move on with the show, all right? So at the top, we got Latto, new entry, Sugar Honey Iced Tea. Number 1, top rap albums, week of August 24. Death of Slim Shady is at number 2, which has been on the chart for 5 weeks now. Shout out to Death of Slim Shady. Vultures 2 from Kanye and Ty Dolla $ign is now at number 3. You know, I would expect it, Vultures 2 to be much higher. They dropped with 80,000 sales the first week. They've actually dropped drastically after that first week. I find that to be very interesting, but you know, whoever bought that shit the first day, they ran that motherfucker up. We got We Don't Trust You by Future and Metro Boomin still on the chart. We got Hood Poet by Polo G on the chart. So shout out to that. Next up, you got Utopia by Travis Scott. Damn by Kendrick Lamar is on the chart. Ain't that something? So people are going back and listening to some old Kendrick. Curtain Call, The Hits. That's an album from what, 2004, 2005 from Eminem. So niggas is going back and listening to old Eminem as well. You got Don Toliver. And then you got Good Kid, Mad City. More Kendrick. Damn. Interesting. Where's the Drake albums here? Shit. Okay. Got Ultra 85 by Logic. I know a lot of people don't fuck with him. But all right. We got one. We got one from the boy for all the dogs. Oh, it's trending downward. Interesting. Gunna got Megan, number 14, still on the rap chart, still holding it down, 7 weeks strong. Okay. Who else dropped something new? Larry June. Glorilla's still on the chart. She been on here for 19 weeks. Shout out to Glorilla. Shout out to fucking Glorilla. Hold on. We got to give her some love real quick. 19 weeks. Hell yeah. These are just hip hop charts though. That's the top 25, you know, as of, it's already post dated for next week or Friday, Friday. So that's Latto. Despite all of the criticism, despite all the people saying, you know, we ain't convinced, we don't believe you, you need more people. Despite other fan bases out there saying it's a flop, she ain't no good, she did this, she did that. I'm hoping she can have that Glorilla and Megan effect where she stays on the charts for a little while and runs them sales up, and eventually she's able to run her marathon all the way to, you know, like a gold album or something. You know what I'm saying? I like Latto. I wasn't convinced by her game earlier this year, but I like that album a lot still. Okay. So next up on the docket, we've got YG. As I told y'all at the top of the show, he led a peace walk out in Compton. And let's go ahead and pull up some of the footage here. You know what I'm saying? One of the unexpected guests, I guess you could say, at this peace walk was Game. Game did pop out. We're going to show y'all that as well. He wasn't invited to the pop out, but he did pop out. Okay. And that's quite a awkward piece of footage in its own right. All right. But we're going to start with YG and then we'll make our way to YG and Game. Okay. Here we are.
You already know what it is, man. Bro, you can trade this nigga all the way down, nigga.
Bitch, you know what we do, nigga. Members and all that, nigga. Yeah, long live Bo. Bro.
This right here, through your lens, homie, it just look like, I don't know what it look like to you. For me, bro, this shit bring tears to my eyes, homie. You know what I'm saying? You see all this much red and shit. Westside Compton, nigga, every hood, niggas is doing it, everybody up good, ain't no bullshit, don't nobody even feel no tension or bullshit, homie. This shit make a nigga happy. For me, that's what it do for me. I don't know what it do for you. You're on the other side of the camera.
It's a good day. It's a good day in Compton right now. You know what I'm saying?
All right, y'all. So that was the peace walk out there in Compton. Now that last clip with Game, that shit is interesting to me. Niggas is out here saying YG face look like Jay-Z at that fucking Summer Jam shit when niggas was going crazy. They said they said it's YG, man. Michael Jackson, nigga. It's The Rock, you bastards. That nigga looking like, man, I need to get the fuck out of here. It's time for me to make my grand exit. What that nigga Jay say? Grand opening, grand closing. God damn, the manhole cracked the can open again. Who you gonna find doper than him with no pen? Just draw off inspiration. Let me get the fuck up out of here, son. Damn. They say that's YG. Ain't that about a bit? Oh, man, you see they made their way down to Tam's Burgers. You know what I'm saying? Just as they did in the pop-out video. Hey, shout out to Lil Scrappy getting a little play, man. We just talked about the motherfucking 50 best rappers of Atlanta. Lil Scrappy did make the list. I think it was like number 44 or something like that. Who would have thought you would have ever heard, you don't want no problems? Who? Shout out to Scrappy, man. If y'all only know him for loving hip hop, that's his motherfucking fault. Get in the goddamn booth, nigga. All right. So let me give y'all a little bit of information about this whole peace walk thing that's going on. So they say YG making peace is hungry work. Leads rival gangs on peace walk. Says he organized a walk to put an end to years of strife between rivals and Compton gangs and breaking bread. The rapper led the Truce and Walk Sunday, joined by members of the Treetop Pyrus and Fruittown Pyru gangs, family members, and kids as they journeyed through the streets of Compton. During the walk, YG stopped off for food at Tam's Burgers, bringing the whole squad into the small little shop with music bumping and the rapper even showing off some of his dance moves. YG actually picked up a bite to eat at the shop, and he wasn't the only one. Many marchers ate right alongside the rapper. The walk started at Gonzalez Park, a local hangout where YG posed for pics, with different attendees rushing in and out of the frame to get their photo taken. One of YG's famous friends, The Game, also showed up to support YG's event, taking photos underneath a shady tree to stave off the LA heat. We're told this was more than a symbolic gesture, with YG helping to facilitate long-term dialogue between the two sides, recently persuading both sides to come to the table. YG, whose album, Just Read Up 3, dropped Friday and is a... What? Y'all niggas tripping now. Y'all taking this too far. Talking about is a socially conscious rapper. Even recording a music video putting the police on notice at a Black Lives Matter protest weeks after George Floyd's murder in 2020. Hey, YG's a lot of things. I wouldn't say he's a socially conscious rapper. He's a lot of things. They say seems he's working hard to maintain peace here, and a full stomach always helps. All jokes aside, though, I think this is kind of dope. You know what I'm saying? I personally do not co-sign gang lifestyle. I am not a gang member. Please don't take this burgundy for any sort of affiliation. Okay? I just like the color. Okay? I'm from North Carolina. I'm from Atlanta. Okay? But yeah, you know, I think it's dope that whatever they're doing, you know what I mean? Because you go through some shit to get affiliated. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot that goes on with that. There's a lot of history that goes on with that. There's a lot of bloodshed, a lot of tears, a lot of people behind bars behind this thing. So any way that you could find all of these people and bring peace, bring a time where nothing is going awry. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's being hurt, no arguments, no fights, no old beefs, no nobody gets stomped out, nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'ma salute that, right? Now, I did say in my last video talking about Lil Durk and denouncing the gang or whatever, his gang, you know, due to his newfound religious outlook as a Muslim, I do salute him for that. And we talked about manhood and not being concerned with all of these things. I still stand on that square, but I know it takes a lot to break free of the stronghold that these affiliations create. So at bare minimum, if we could have peace, we could have no bloodshed, have no arguments, nobody going home with less than who they came with. I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing to do with Compton politics, but for the most part, I salute them for being able to put their pride aside and to actually stand up and honor each other as men. And it seemed like it was a lot of people out there. Anytime you get a lot of black folks together, you can kind of expect some shit to get drama. You know what I'm saying? Get dramatic. It seems it didn't. So that's a win. That's a great day. You know what I mean? And even with the game there, you know, Game is a polarizing figure in his own right. And shit didn't go the way that it could have gone. Because niggas could have been like, nah, you ain't welcome here. Nah, they whatever differences they got, they let that shit ride. Okay? I did see some people say, well, shit, where Drake at? Come on, dog. You know who bangers at my nigga Chuck T, man. You know who bangers at my nigga YG. You even know who bangers at out there CB. Where's CB at? I'm just fucking around, man. I wouldn't expect all that anyway. All right, y'all. That's pretty much my show on this one. I don't want to be on here all day. I got some other things to tend to. But before I go, I want to let y'all know, y'all did hear me play the song Big Dog. Once again, at the top of the show, I told y'all the next time I play it, the song will be out. Well, kinda, but not really. All right. The song is available for pre-sale, pre-save on all platforms right now. It will officially be out on September. What is it? The 2nd or the 3rd? Let me be all the way there. Labor Day, whatever Labor Day fall on, the 2nd. All right. So Labor Day, the song Big Dog will be out in its entirety. It'll be available on all platforms, whether that be Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, Amazon, whatever preferred streaming platform you like. It'll be out that day. But if you go to the link in my description and if you go to my first comment, because I'm going to have it pinned down below, you'll be able to go and hit the pre-save link and you can pre-save it on your preferred platform so that when it drops, you'll get notifications. You're supposed to. It doesn't always work, but it's worth a try. You know, I've never really ran a pre-save campaign like that. So shit, try it out, test it out and see if it works. You should get an email or something, some sort of notification when it drops. But I'm gonna need y'all to support. Y'all liked it. I'm gonna need y'all to support. I'm gonna need y'all to play it. And yeah, from there, we're gonna keep running that thing up and probably do a music video or something to it. Much more music on the way. I know y'all be liking the intros. Some of y'all are asking why my intros are long. You know, I think it's newer people here. I'm a music artist, number one. And I'm always gonna place that, you know what I'm saying, within the conversation. So if there's a loading time to get people in the chat, that's what I'm gonna do. Which leads to point number 2. When we do these premieres, right? Let's say I just were to start my video as soon as the video starts, right? A lot of y'all, sometimes y'all be here for the premiere. Some of y'all catch it after, right? But when it comes to the premiere, if we want to get like as many people as possible in the chat before we like really get into the meat and potatoes of the video, that first 2 minutes is very critical to where you just have something playing so that people could get in the room. And then we get into the conversation. So if you're catching it on a replay and you happen to just not like the song or you like, man, you rapping too much, just fast forward it on the replay. I mean, the ability to scroll forward is okay. You know what I'm saying? You can click a couple times on the video. It's going to scroll like 10 seconds ahead. Do that for a few seconds. Just want to be honest and be real and be transparent with everybody. I'm not being defensive, but I do want to go ahead and answer for that because I did get a couple people. But for the majority, folks that have been here for a while, they already know how the system runs over here. They already are familiar. And if I were to actually cut the intros out of my videos, I'm gonna get niggas storming me in the comments that said, why the hell you ain't got no intro, right? So this is the culture that's going on over here on the J Nolan page. This is the culture that we're building with the Inside the Industry show. If I'm talking for a half hour, 40 minutes to an hour, and you can't endure 2 minutes of a song, more power to you, much love and respect to you. That's what I'll say to you. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm going to sign out, and I will catch y'all on the next one. All right? Much love and respect, y'all. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mile. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I've been dropping these haters like calories. First I'm out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.